Hi friends, Cole here. Thank you so much for joining me today on YOGATX. And I wanted to do a few yin poses for you because it just feels so good and I don't get enough yin in my life. Maybe you don't either. So let's remedy that here. So these are just a few feel-good poses, ones that I really enjoy. And if you haven't done yin before, yin is quite a bit different than the focus that we do in our yang practices, which are the more physical, the more assertive movements and dynamic movements. So yin is not actually working on the muscles, it's working on a deeper layer, fascia. So fascia is like this 3D spider web that runs and connects everything together, our muscles, our organs, it holds our skeleton, holds everything together. And there's adhesions that happens in it. So you can kind of imagine, like if I'm pulling down here, then it's actually pulling up here as well. So that's sometimes when we get hurt in one area, it winds up hurting somewhere else, you know, if you ever had that happen. So yin works on the deeper layers, the deep fascial layers. So we stay in poses longer. They're 1 to 5 minutes, and we want to take as much time as we need to get into the pose, to get the wiggles out, to find somewhere that we can stay. Want to find the edge, stay, and then breathe. So those are kind of some of the things that we're going to look for. We're going to wiggle into the pose, find where we can stay, and breathe. So let's try a couple out, shall we? Let's begin in a forward fold, and we're going to take a bolster. You can use a pillow, you could even use blocks, and we're going to take it underneath the knees here. So there's not a lot of sharp edges in yin. There's a lot more softness. So underneath the knees here, I'm going to turn the palms up and I'm just going to begin to lounge forward. So normally it's like lengthen the spine, get as long as you can, reach. Well, here we just kind of want to drape. This is really going to resonate with some people. We're just going to drape over. Turn the palms up. I like to use the palms up like in a gesture of receiving when I can in yin, because it is this release and this allowing. If you would like to have something underneath your head, you can maybe take a block to place it underneath the head or just let it hang. And take any movements you need to get settled, any wiggles you need, any props, get everything just the way you need it, and then commit. And we'll stay here for about a minute and a half or something. Turn the palms up. I'm just going to drop into the breath. Come from the thinking mind into the feeling body and just allow yourself to trace the breath in and out and feel any sensations that are happening. Notice what happens to the mind when the body gets still. About 3 more rounds of breath. And slowly we're going to begin to come up, kind of unwind. And take a moment with your torso upright. Maybe the palms are still up, kind of resettling. You can imagine like sand going through an hourglass, kind of resettling in. Slowly move I'm gonna move the bolster, let's see. Let's move the legs to the right. And you'll kind of sit in this position, like this kind of mermaid sit here. So both of the legs are going over to my right side of my body. I'm gonna put the bolster over to the left. So maybe it's kind of like, not so sharp as maybe 290 degrees, but kind of relaxed. Feet are swooping this way, bolster swooping this way. We're gonna turn towards the bolster. This right hip will come up and that's fine. You can take the bolster in your hands and then we're gonna lay the belly down onto the bolster. So it's a belly down twist. We're gonna lengthen and legs hug the bolster, gazing over towards the left. And making any movements that you need and committing to stay. We'll be here for about a minute. Two more rounds of breath. And slowly plant the hands, push the ground away. Lift up a heavy torso, so moving super, super slow. We're just gonna switch sides, so take as many rounds of breath as you need to get there. Maybe even pause in the center for a moment. This is like Sloth Yoga. Slower the better. And we'll switch sides. So the feet will just go towards the other side. It's gonna be so nice. You light some candles at your house. And you have a little bit of essential oil. It's a beautiful little yoga date. We'll grab the bolster, and this time twisting towards the right, and then lay the belly down. You can gaze to the right. If that feels like too much, then just gaze to the left. Either way. So any wiggles you need to make, and then commit. We'll be here for a little bit. Couple more rounds of breath. And slowly planting the hands, pushing the ground away. Y'all almost lost me on that one. And take a seat. Sometimes yin can be hard to teach. It's super relaxing. And take one more pose. So let's take the bolster, a couple different options. Let's take it long ways. So you have a bolster or blanket, and you'll take the width, roll it up, and you'll take it long ways across the mat. And then we're gonna lay over it at mid-back. Yeah? The feet, a couple different options here. You can come to Supta Baddha Konasana, the feet together, the soles of the feet wide. Or you can come to constructive rest pose. That's with the knees together and the feet wide. If you need a block or something behind the head, then you can prop yourself up here. I'll need one. I have a pretty big bolster. So take a moment to figure out where you want to be. The legs could be long. So play around with the leg scenario. Get yourself situated. I might move this down just a little bit. And then the arms, I like to bring into like a big Y above the head. And just really opening up the heart space, the throat space. And then get quiet, get still. And just let that rhythm of your breath float in and out of the body. Feeling the front of the body opening. Expansive. And like the collarbone is widening. And slowly begin to wiggle the fingers. Extend the legs long. Well, first let's come off of the bolster. So you may need to move the props over. I'm going to take a Shavasana and I'll leave you here. So move the bolsters away, or you can just stay where you are. I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. Let the feet fall open. Let the palms turn up. And really surrender, really puddle yourself here into the floor, into the earth, into this restore, this reset, rejuvenate. Thank you all for joining me. Stay here as long as you'd like, and I'll see you next time.